There is a story about a smart dog. He managed to persuade his two friends, the dogs, to fly from the north to the south. The dog prepared for the trip by tying the ends of a long, strong cord to each of the duck's necks. And so with his strong jaws, he grabbed the cord in his middle, and the three of them took off. The journey was going well until someone on the ground looked up and marveling at the smart idea, he shouted, "Hey, that is great! Whose idea is it?" And in his eagerness to claim the credit, the proud dog opened his mouth. Today we like to say, open his big mouth. He opened his mouth to say, that is my idea. So of course when he's opened his mouth, he has to let go of his bites. Then he fell. And the man on the ground had a good time. Dog meat for supper. Your daughter eat no meat. I ate before. No? Younger is very delicious. If you know how to cook, and frankly, if you know how to cook, very delicious. This story shows clearly Jesus' teaching in the Bible. Elsewhere in Luke's Gospel, chapter 14:11, Jesus says, "Everyone who exalts himself shall be humble, and he who humbles himself shall be exalted." Sisters and brothers, many disastrous events have happened because people open their mouths, their big mouths, to feed their own ego. For example, Jesus says, when you go to a party, sit in the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he will say, "My friend, come up higher." This will win you the esteem of your fellow guests, Jesus says. Of course, we don't take Jesus' words literally. Otherwise, nobody would sit in the presidential table and everybody will be grabbing the last seat. So often when you attend dinners, etc., there are people to lead you to your tables. Just follow the instructions. So what is expected is this a conscious, intentional striving to avoid being obsessed with titles, with prestige, with positions. Till today, people are always interested to know who is the first, the richest, the most powerful, the most influential. Even Time magazines, who are the 10 most influential people in the world. And Pope Francis was one among them. So, for that reason, we hold world events, the Miss Universe contest, Olympic Games, or the Oscar Awards to find out who is the most beautiful, the best actors and actresses, the best badminton players, the best footballer. But Jesus tells us that these are not part of his value system. If we want to outshine our neighbors, outshine others, in order to feel more important, to be first, then they become rivals. We see them as rivals that we have to compete with and to beat and to defeat, as, for example, in the recent Olympic Games. So we may wonder how God treats prayers of people who want to be first, to be the champion, the gold medal, are they classified as junk mail to be ignored? Or just take the recent Olympic Games, if all the countries pray to win, to be the first, who will God favor? Years ago during the World Cup, the time of Pope Emeritus Benedict was still alive. The finals are Germany and Argentina. Pope Benedict was a German. Pope Francis, Argentina. All those jokers put them together. Don't know what they pray. So, will God favor only the Christian countries, only the Christians who walk out and make the sign of the cross? But if they pray that the games may help in this international development, or brotherhood and sisterhood, the development of this universal fraternity, or the true spirit, or the spirit of true sportsmanship, then they pray in the right spirit. The right spirit. That all these games events, most important is to build universal fraternity. The bond of international brotherhood and sisterhood. They pray in the right spirit, and the coming of God's kingdom may become visible. That even if you lose, you just wish your opponent, congratulate that person with a smile. So if we want to be first, to be in power, very soon, because of our ego, and unhealthy competition and struggle will begin. So we get quarrels, even violence and wars. It happens among children, spouses, politicians, countries, and even among religions. It can be politicians who want to manipulate others with the power of their wealth. It can mean to use one's learning or one's positions to take advantage of others. But Jesus refuses to play that power game. But the desire to play the power game is deeply rooted in our system because of our sinfulness. So we are tempted to use people as stepping stones to reach our goal, to serve our selfish interests. Apply to all of us, even to priests. We go to people only when we need them. We push and elbow our way to the front seat. For politicians, it is to be nominated to the stand for the election. And all this may happen under the banner of lofty ideals, beautiful words and slogans. In our country, for the Malaysian political party, it is to serve the country, to serve race and religion. Very idealistic, beautiful, but we also know them. They also serve their own interests. So now, should a Christian not have ambition? Should he or she become a leader? Christians, especially the leaders in the church, can have and should have the ambition to serve others. If we are ambitious for power, it is okay, but it is meant for more effective service to others. It's always meant to serve, not to dominate, not to serve our own interests. But in our human society, again, because of our ego, it is the one who is first, who usually serves himself first. So, do you want joy? Then, let Jesus be the first, others second. After all, Jesus said, love God and love our neighbor. God first, our neighbor second, yourself last. Joy. In life, we can be hard with the ordinary poor little people because after all, they are helpless. But when it comes to the rich and the powerful, we may bend our rules and policies to accommodate them because displeasing them may not be good for our physical and especially our financial health. It happened in the church, I won't support, contribution, Archbishop Julian, on his day of his Episcopal installation, has already expressed his so-called pastoral priorities to pay special attentions to the 4 L's: the little, the least, the last, and the lost. The 2 words, the little and the last, appeared in today's gospel. That disregarding these 4 L's may not be good for our spiritual health. So sisters and brothers, none of us will see Jesus in this life, but by welcoming and humbly serving the 4 L's, we can welcome and serve Him on many occasions in our daily lives. So sisters and brothers, you will discover the joy of humbly loving and serving Jesus and others.